Evening everyone and welcome to SUTV Live. The Blades have set the pace at the top of the table and tonight make the long trip to Swansea, aiming to maintain their place at the Championship Summit. Coming up ahead of kick-off, we'll bring you all of the team news plus interviews with Ollie Arblaster, Reece Norrington-Davis, Ollie Norwood and the Manager of the Month, Paul Heckingbottom. And then of course, we'll bring you the whole game live at 7:45. For match pass information and broadcast regulations, please go to the website sufc.co.uk. You can get your match pass right now. It'll cost you a tenner, but you will get 4 camera coverage. You'll get replays as well. So it will be unrivaled coverage of the Blades down at Swansea tonight. 17 points from 24 represents a very, very good start for Sheffield United. They are the standout team in the division so far. I'm joined for this one by 2 former Blades. A promotion-winning captain is here, Chris Morgan. He'll be on commentary duty later on, but between now and kick-off, he's here for a chat, and he's itching to tell you all about his goal at Swansea all those years ago. Yeah, aren't you?
No. I think we've got it somewhere. I think it will be played later on.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think? You've been reading the script, haven't you?
I have.
And alongside Chris, we've got Derek Geary, who I've not seen for a long, long time. And since I last saw you, you've really shot up.
Yeah, I'm 4'1" now, Paul. I've gone a lot taller. So,
you keeping well?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, all good.
Lovely to see you. Derek, of course, head of the academy here at Sheffield United. Right, let's get to the team news, shall we? And it's one change from Sheffield United last game, that win at Hull. Dropping out is Max Lowe. Coming in is Chris Basham. So it will be Foderingham in goal at the back, Basham, Egan, Amehodzic, Baldock and Norrington-Davis, the wing-backs in midfield, Berger, Norwood and Doyle, McBurnie and Njai up front. There you can see the subs, Amisa, Brewster, Cadra, McAtee, Gordon, Jebison, and a new name on the subs bench, Andre Brooks. I'm going to turn straight to you, Derek Geary. Let's have a quick chat about him. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Brooksy is a left-sided player. He can play left-sided midfield, and he can also fill in at left wing back. As we spoke off, there's a lot of injuries down the left-hand side. So I think he's been on loan at Bradford Park Avenue, and Ecky's brought him back in, obviously, to fill that left-hand side. He gives them a bit of balance. He's a really, really talented kid. He's been at the football club since he's 10 years of age, and it's a great opportunity for him, and it's a really, really proud night for him. Again, he's like a couple of the other young lads coming through, like Blaster, he's a Sheffield United fan, so it's a really proud night for him, and obviously it's a special night for the academy too.
There's a brilliant pathway, isn't there, for youngsters at this football club at the moment? That must be brilliant for you.
Yeah, it's brilliant. To be honest, I find the job quite easy at the minute, being only newly instated as academy manager. I've got 2 people above me, Ecky and Jack, that really enforce putting young kids in, and I've said it before, I'm quite lucky that Ecky knows every young player in the academy, but I'm quite a bit of pressure on me that he also knows the ones that should come through, so that puts added pressure on me, but it's good, and I'm quite fortunate that I've got 2 people that are willing to blood young kids.
Come on then, Morgs, let's get it out of the way. I did mention it a couple of moments ago. He did score a goal once at Swansea. Let's have a look. What do you remember about this, Mr. Morgan?
I just remember timing my run to get back in.
Brian Howard's header over the top, I think?
Just got in. Just a delicate little finish there. I think it's, was it Michel Vorm, the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
I actually braced myself. I thought he was going to keep coming at one point.
Was it De Vries?
No, was it Vorm?
Vorm was there. Doris De Vries was there as well.
Right.
It's hard to tell on that great footage. It's that long ago.
I remember him having a mask on. He must have had a face injury. And I think as the ball landed back in, I was actually braced for like a 50-50. I thought he was going to keep coming. And he was a lot slower in my mind. And then when I see him stop, you think, oh, I've got a decision to make. And then just nature took over and just a delicate little
his mask must have slipped over his eyes, that's why.
I think that's what it was.
He didn't see it coming, but...
rescued a point, I think, and then went straight on his Christmas party down to Southampton.
Oh, really? What do you like to share about that?
No, it was a good trip. Nice, quiet bus ride down to Southampton. Mm-hmm. James Beattie had booked as like a party bus. So, yeah, it was good. Good. Celebrated the point and the goal.
I'd just like to say there's no way he meant that. Absolutely no chance.
Well, I saw the one at Forest, the overhead kick at Forest. So he's obviously got a bit of that in him.
When I was allowed to go forward.
When you were allowed to go.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So we've seen that. Is that the only time we're showing it, or are we going to
It's
Show it
entirely
a
up
bit
to you.
later on. We'll see.
You know,
We'll see how the
I
game
didn't
goes
ask for it to
tonight.
be shown in the first, so
Of course you did.
it's obviously an important goal.
Well, Sheffield United do have a target on their backs at the moment. It's great to see the league table. I know it's still early days, but hey, there's nothing wrong with being top even at this stage, is there? And what a return from the 8 games so far.
Yeah, I think we discussed it in the Hull game in terms of there's always talk about the league table's not important and we don't really need to take much notice of it, but we did last year, when Slovicia was in charge and we were near the bottom and everybody was like, we're struggling and things aren't going well. So yeah, we sat top of the league, enjoy it. Why not? The team's playing well. We've picked some good points up of late, and I'm sure that the weekend, as much as it's frustrating, South Yorkshire derby, not to have it, but I think they'll have took the rest and long trip down tonight, looking forward to another 3 points on the road.
Del, does that good feeling that obviously is there in the first team drip down into the academy?
Yeah, 100%, Paul. Like Moggs was saying there, it's been a really good start. The structure and the shape of the team is really good. But for me, being fortunate enough to be in the inside, there's a real feel-good factor around the place. It reminds me a bit of obviously when we played, the team spirit around how much the players got on. And it drips feed right through to the academy. And like I said, at the minute, it's an open house. I can walk upstairs, have open conversations with Ecky, Jack, Stuart McCall, and they openly talk about the team, the shape, the structure. But when you see the players in and around the building, you can see, I don't want to tempt fate, but I can see something special's happening this season.
Good to hear. 4 wins out of 5, joint highest scorers in the division, 16 scored along with Bristol City, second best defence, only 5 goals conceded. This is their latest run of results. Win, win, draw, win, win. And 3 clean sheets as well in there, which is something that they were really proud of last season, the amount of clean sheets that they kept. And defensively, that's going to be key as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think any team that does well in this division keeps clean sheets. And like you said, right towards the end of last season, really, really proud. I know Wes Foderingham kept, Wes and the back three, they kept loads of clean sheets, and they've set off again this season in the same vein. And the last 2 away games, sort of 4 points out of 6 as well. So, and a convincing win at Hull last time out.
And a Manager of the Month award for Paul Heckingbottom. We hope the curse doesn't strike.
Yes.
7 league games in August, 4 wins, 2 draws, just the 1 defeat. And of course, that was at Watford on the opening weekend of the season. They've not looked back, have they?
No, I think obviously pre-season they looked a bit rusty as well with certain players coming back, but since the Watford game, the structure of the team, a lot more balance. And for myself, like I said, the feel-good factor around the place. I watched the first team train quite a lot with a lot of the young kids in there, and he's a top coach. Tactically, he's excellent, and you got Jack getting around the players, and Macca, as we know, tries to get a good feel-good factor amongst the staff. So the balance among the team and the staff is top, and it's well deserved. And like Ecky does, it's a collective thing. It's not just all about him.
Ably assisted by Jack and Stuart McCall.
Yeah, he's got good people around him. Like Del rightly says. Excuse me. Paul is a top coach, and he's well educated. He studies the game. And I think. The way he talks to the players and the way he puts across to the players what he wants, it's crystal clear. From what I'm told, he don't complicate things. I think you saw straight away when he got the job. He just went back and he went to the style that suited the players. He weren't trying to reinvent anything. He knew that the players had been recruited for a certain system, put them back in that system, and obviously did his own little bit, which, obviously Del sees that. He's in and around the training ground. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that, but we see it on a Saturday afternoon.
Right, let's hear from Reece Norrington-Davis, who's back in his familiar position of left wing-back tonight. Just before we came on air, I caught up with him live from Swansea. Reece, first of all, you had an enforced break at the weekend. How good is it to be getting ready for a game of football again?
Yeah, no, obviously looking forward to tonight's game. As you said, the game on the weekend was cancelled, so we've had a longer build-up to this one. So obviously, boys are fresh again, so should be a end-to-end game tonight, and obviously a lot of energy from us.
And you're back in your usual position tonight, left wing-back. How have you enjoyed it, though, playing as part of that back three?
Yeah, back at left wing-back tonight, but obviously been playing left centre-half recently, and thoroughly enjoyed it, to be fair. Obviously, with the system we play here, I've got a licence to obviously get forward. But first of all, obviously defensively, and I think of being defensively solid. So yeah, obviously enjoyed playing that at left centre half.
The team's going so well at the moment. Just how high is confidence within the camp?
Yeah, obviously the team's on fire, I'd say. Confidence is high. I think is it 7 games unbeaten now, or we could go into tonight's game 7 unbeaten after that start at Watford. So no, obviously the boys are obviously in good spirits, and hopefully we can just obviously continue that form into the international break now.
Top of the league as well, must be nice when you look at that league table.
Yeah, top of the league, obviously a target on our back now, so teams are going to want to beat us. Obviously we know what we need to do. We're coming in today, obviously Swansea tonight, and we just need to get the 3 points and obviously keep that momentum going.
I gather you spent some of your youth at Swansea, didn't you? How do you reflect on your time there?
Yeah, that's right. I spent about 3 seasons here in total before getting released at 16s. So I mean, listen, it's all part of the journey. I'm grateful for it, but obviously with Sheffield United tonight, so looking forward to hopefully getting the win.
Be honest though, and we whisper this quietly, does that give you any additional motivation to show them what they're missing out on?
Yeah, there's going to be extra motivation tonight, let's put it that way.
And just finally, and what kind of a test do you expect Swansea to pose? We know that ordinarily they're a possession-based team, changed it slightly against Queen's Park Rangers in their last game. How do you go about this one?
Yeah, obviously they changed it a bit in the last game. I feel like they played a 4 at the back as well. So listen, we're prepared for them either playing a 4 or 5. Obviously they're at home as well, so we'd like to think they'll probably keep quite a bit of the ball. But it's all about us tonight. Obviously go out there and play our usual game, high press, and take it to them. Obviously we know the qualities we've got in possession, and hopefully it will be too much for them tonight. But obviously the game to look forward to.
Top man, thanks for your time. Good luck, Reece.
Yeah, cheers, Paul.
Thank you. There you go. Don't forget you can get your match pass for tonight's game, a tenner, and you'll get 4 camera coverage and replays as well. You won't get coverage like that anywhere else. Just go to the website, sufc.co.uk. Chris Morgan, just a quick question for you on Reece Norrington-Davis before we move on. He's back to that left wing-back role, but how impressed have you been with his performances in the left-sided centre-half position?
Yeah, I think he's done great there, and I think we did speak about it in the Hull game when he had to change positions, and I think the left side of a 3 is a bit more like an orthodox left back, rather than a winger. He's solid defensively. You can see him. He's quick. He uses his body well. I think physically he looks strong. He likes getting forward. Don't get me wrong. If he played left back in a 4, he'd still get on and he'd still get forward. But yeah, I've been really impressed with him there. But like he said on his interview, he's happy to step forward as well.
Well, the Blades reclaimed top spot in the division with their last game, that victory at Hull, and they ended the home side's perfect record at the KC in the process.
And we're underway here at the MKM Arena. Sheffield United keeping from left to right. Now Berge away from Woods. Takes one from a long way out. Cutting in field now. Doyle, again from distance. Decent hit. Njayi's picked up a pocket of space here. Nice piece of play from Njayi. Got the shot away as well. Low. Good football by United. McBurnie. Chance to shoot maybe. McBurnie! United lead. And it's that man again. Ollie McBurnie. He just can't stop scoring at the moment. The Blades 1 up on Humberside. Well, 2 goals with his head recently. This one now a shot from outside the penalty area. Berge here for United. He's around the goalkeeper, Sander Berge. Cuts it back. Coyle's there to clear for Hull. Estepinian. Great save by Foderingham. The rebound though. And I think Foderingham may well have got a touch again. Hodic going for goal. Estepinian looking to feed Tufan. Chance here for Hull, and Tufan has put it over the bar. Second half is underway then. Has he got the support now, Njayi? Does he need the support? Njayi's still going. Iliman Njayi, wonderful play. Here's Iliman Njayi. That's good play. Lovely play from Njayi. Berge on the charge. Sander Berge takes a deflection into the net. Berge for United. The Blaze double the lead, and Sander Berge back on the score sheet. 2-0 United. Daylight now between the two sides. A lot of speculation about Sander Berge's future. He remains at Sheffield United, and that's why they're delighted to keep him. The third goal of the campaign, and you just felt United needed that second goal.
Whereas Foderingham got his 4th clean sheet of the season during that win, and afterwards we got his verdict on that final outcome.
I'd say deserved. I wouldn't say it was that comfortable, to be honest. I thought they were pretty decent. One of the better sides we played. But you know, when we had our moments in front of goal, we took them. So yeah, I think overall a decent performance and good to get a win.
And a really hard-working performance as well today. That seems to be one of the characteristics that I know the team works hard, but it really kind of stifled Hull and quietened their big crowd that they've been talking about.
Yeah, I think it needed to be one of those games where we're working hard, working for each other, working as a team. Like I said, I thought they were decent. They put us under a bit of pressure, and I thought we defended really well all game. And you know, although we seemed under pressure at times, I don't think they threatened too much.
And that's double save in the first half from yourself. I know you'll probably say that that's your job. You're on there to do that. But at the time, it was 1-0. He's racing through. You know, talk us through it from your perspective.
He's had a lot of time to make his mind up, and sometimes that can be a bit difficult for the centre forward. I try and just delay, try and give Lowy a chance to get back. I didn't even realise he'd done his hamstring, to be honest, coming back in. And you know, the longer he takes to make up his mind, the easier it becomes for me. I just tried to stay and hold my position and hopefully make the save, which I did.
I think we forget sometimes, Robin Olsen was in goal at the start of last season. We forget how experienced Wes Foderingham actually is. He's not just a goalkeeper that's been sat on the bench at loads of other clubs. He's been a number 1 at many other clubs.
Oh, Glasgow Rangers.
Indeed.
You know,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
if you can be a number 1 up there. I remember when he was at Swindon, and managers used to do their team talks on him, starting things out when Mark Cooper was the manager. And he's excellent with his feet. We were just talking off air there, and I said to Del, as ex-defenders, when you've got a goalkeeper behind you that's as calm as what he is, you know, he comes and claims things, and you can just see him. Nothing ever frustrates him or flusters him, or he plays out from the back, so he's got the modern goalkeeper, left-footed. I always think the left-footers look more elegant as well. So no, I think he's a top keeper. And if you think on as well, that night when we went to West Brom, they put Michael Verrips in front of him as well. You know, so he must have been sat there thinking, when am I going to get my chance? But he's been given it and taken it.
Any similarities to Paddy Kenny?
I doubt he's as
The
mad
laugh
as
says it all, the snigger says it all.
Other than being a good goalkeeper.
I doubt he's as mad as Paddy, but yeah, no, like Morg says, he's a top goalkeeper. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said he's a modern day goalkeeper. He plays out from the back and gets us going, and he's probably not the tallest of goalkeepers out there, but it certainly doesn't affect him. He catches crosses, and like you said, clean sheets, reassures the defence. He's been excellent.
Other end of the pitch, it's all working out pretty well for a certain Ollie McBurnie at the moment. 3 in 3, different types of goals. This is a fabulous goal down at Luton. You could see the relief. It had been such a long time without scoring for him, but clearly, having got one, he's in the mood for more.
Yeah, I think he got an helping hand at Hull, didn't he? I don't think the keeper will look back and sort of covered himself in glory, but that's what Ollie needed. He just needed to add goals to his game, you know. And again, we've spoke about it lots on here. I think the goal at Luton, you could see how the fans. I think the fans celebrated as much as what Ollie did, because they've been waiting for him to score as well. And fair play to him. You know, he's had his tough times, he's had his injuries, but he's come back. He's leading the line well, and now he's getting his goals. So. We just need that to continue.
Yeah, indeed. He spent 4 years at Swansea. He's back there tonight, of course. So we've looked at the bottom of the pitch, if you like, to the top. What about in the middle? I mean, Sander Berge, I'm running out of things to say about this fella. He just seems to be getting better and better and better. And what strikes me is, and I apologise if I'm repeating myself here, but he's deceptive. His size doesn't suggest that he'd be a player that's so light and nimble on his feet, but he is. Such a good player, Del.
Yeah, I think Paul, he's got everything. I think he could go right to the top, mate. He's big, he's strong. Again, I'm fortunate enough to watch him in training most days, and sometimes it's like a man against boys, really, how he just holds players off. And like you said, he is mobile and he is quick. He's a lot quicker than what people think, and he's on top form. And I think the biggest coup for us in the transfer window was keeping hold of him.
Absolutely. 3 goals, 2 assists along the way for Sander Berge as well. Just a reminder that we have more live coverage coming your way here on SUTV Live. Sheffield United away at Preston. You can follow that game with us at the weekend. 2 o'clock start, kick-off at 3. And then Birmingham City come here on the 1st of October. Again, 3 o'clock kick-off, a 2 o'clock start for us. And if you've not seen it yet, the Neil Warnock podcast is available to watch right now.
No, and it's. I think it's just. I did that. Fly on the wall, but what I said to the guy that were doing it, I said, listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll do it, right? And at the end of the season, if I don't want you to put something in, I want you to cut it out. Mm-hmm. I said, but I'm going to have a microphone on all the time, but I'm going to forget about the microphone.
Yeah, I'll be with him at the City Hall on Friday night. You're going to be there as well, aren't you?
I am, yes. Look,
hopefully dishing the dirt.
Well, looking forward to it. It'd be nice to catch up with him. I think there's 2 or 3 other players going as well. So I've had him up phone 2 or 3 times this week already.
Yeah, so have I.
Just priming me, making sure everything's in place. So it's great for him.
Yeah, we were in Cardiff together last week. It was brilliant, to be fair. Sol Bamba was on stage, and the fans just absolutely loved him. So in for a good night on Friday. Anyway. Let's have a look back at a classic match between the 2 sides that meet tonight, Swansea and Sheffield United. Not that long ago, actually. Last season, in fact. And if Sheffield United could provide a repeat, we'd all be very, very happy.
Well, the 3 centre-halves all clustered together, as you can see there, coming up from the back. Looking for Robertson here, away by Cabango. Berge gets onto the loose ball. This is a pass out to Fleck. Does well to control. Norwood, it's a good looking ball in behind. Gibbs-White will take it on here. Morgan Gibbs-White, there's the opening goal. It's Morgan Gibbs-White. Terrific assist from Norwood, but Gibbs-White took it in his stride. Neat finish from the Wolves loanee. That's 6 goals for the season now, and the Blaze lead by 1-0. Nicely worked into the path of Sander Berge. Gets it back from Gibbs-White. United have got space here. Berge into Fleck. Fleck looks to his left. There is Reece Norrington-Davis. First time cross and the strike. What a finish! What about that, George Baldock? Stunning goal. And just look at his face. He's delighted. Couldn't have hit that any better, George Baldock. 2-0 to the Blades. Manning trying to see that one out, but he's made a mess of it, and here comes Gibbs-White. Sharp wants it played. Billy Sharp! Brilliant finish from Billy Sharp. Goal number 13 for the season. United's 3rd. It's been a terrific first 37 minutes. The Blades, good value for this 3-0 lead. Lovely play by Norwood. Norrington-Davis, deflection on the cross. Sharp, can he turn? Gibbs-White with a strike! Gibbs-White again! You can't keep him out of the game. It's his 2nd of the afternoon. It's United's 4th. What a performance from the Blades.
Yeah, some result, some cracking goals in there as well. Of course, that George Baldock goal, we'll never forget that, will we? Neither will he. A reminder of the team news for the match tonight. 1 change for Sheffield United. Basham is restored to the starting lineup as Max Lowe drops out. And on the bench, you can see Andre Brooks, a new name that Del Geary's been telling us all about. You never know, we might see another debutant for the Blades tonight. As for Swansea, 1 change for them as well. Jay Fulton is in, Patterson is out, and it looks as though they're going to go back to 3 at the back with Kyle Norton, a former Blade, dropping into that back 3, Morgs.
Yeah, I think so. I think they played 4-4-2 in the last home game when they beat QPR 1-0. I think we thought they were going to keep it the same, but I think just with that change of Jay Fulton coming in and Patterson dropping to the bench, I think that sort of signals, I think, that they'll go back to the 3 again. Just probably a little bit dangerous from their point of view. Possibly are they trying to match us up? Again, we spoke heavily on before the Hull game. Hull changed their formation, and it's just dangerous, I think, when teams try and take us on at our shape, you know, because I think it is our shape.
Yeah, they will have, well, we think they'll have a fair amount of the ball, at least that's what they'll try, and they have done historically under Russell Martin, dominated teams, and dare I say, sucked the life out of games on occasions as well, having seen them. What kind of problems does that present when a team keeps the ball for long periods like that, Derek?
I think it causes, you got to be patient first and foremost, but I was at that Swansea game, Paul, and they were constantly just playing out from the back, and I think Gecky's game plan that day was excellent. His press, obviously from Gibbs, White and Billy up there was brilliant, and they just couldn't get through us. Particularly remember the first half where they actually didn't really get over the halfway line that much because the press was that intense, high and aggressive on the front foot. It was a typical Sheffield United performance, but especially with being away from home tonight, we might have to be a bit more patient, and the time and the decisiveness of the press is going to have to be a bit more better.
Got to be careful about Joel Peru, who's been a brilliant signing. I think he cost about $1 million from Holland. Had a fabulous first season last year, 22 goals. Started this season pretty well. The boy can finish. Yeah,
he's a good player. You know, I think a lot of their play, as much as they want to keep possession, a lot of their play is around him and for him. You know, they want to get it into the final third eventually, and if they get him in front of goal, you know, he's proved his a lethal finisher, and I think it looks as though they'll play, you know, the two number 10s as well behind him tonight. So that again, you know, gives us a little bit of a problem. I think sometimes when you look at ours, you know, and when you've got Illerman and I think Sander sneaks up there, and they go and play as like 2 10s. It's like who comes out to mark them? You know, I think so. That'll be the test for our back three tonight.
Grimes and Allen, you think, will be
two sitters,
and then two in front. You were talking about this box that Russell Martin likes to have in midfield. And then
Ollie Cooper and Jay Fulton. I think that's how they like to play, Del, innit? You know, with that box. A lot of modern coaches now talk about playing with a box, 2 sitting midfield players, 2 10s, and a 9 up front. So a bit different for us. We just used to play in a box.
Struggled at that.
What do you see as being a good result for United tonight?
Well, like Mark said, if the matching us up, I feel we've got better players than them tonight. So you'd want to keep the momentum going of the previous games, and having lost since the start of the season, and we're on a run. And as you said, you want to break that course of the Manager Month Award. So I feel confident going into the game tonight, but hopefully again without tempting fate that we go on to be high aggressive on the front foot, and I think with the likes of Illerman up top and Ollie McBurnie in good form, I think we've got a real chance of winning the game.
Yeah, make that journey home an awful lot better, because it's a long flipping way down there on a Tuesday night. So to all the Blades fans who've travelled, I commend you. Having done that trip, when you get to Cardiff, you think, nearly there, another hour. Another hour to Swansea. Lovely club when you get there, it's just a million miles away.
Yeah. Feels better with 3 points when you're coming back.
And when you've scored, on your way to a Christmas do. Shall we see it again? Have we got it? Have we got it?
You can do. Never get tired of watching it.
Let's indulge him. This is Chris Morgan about to delicately lob the goalkeeper. Look at that. Look at that.
It's just everything, isn't it? You know, the timing of the run, the finish, the Shearer celebration.
I was just going to say, it's very Shearer-esque.
Yeah.
You do know, every time he scored, he reminds you of it for the next year.
Yeah, he'll not shut up about that all night. But, it was a good one. It was a good one, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was a good one. Congratulations to Chris Morgan.
Thank you.
A gem of a goal. 7:30, so kick-off getting ever closer. He's not involved tonight, but that game at Hull will be a particularly special one for young Ollie Arblaster, who made his league debut in that game. We've been talking to him, and he's been telling us how thrilled he was to get on from the bench.
Yeah, no, it was obviously a dream come true to play for Sheffield United. Obviously, having supported them all my life, it's a massive achievement, and obviously one that me and my family are really proud of.
Did you have family watching the game? Did they get to witness it firsthand?
Yeah. My dad and a few of my mates were there, but my mum couldn't get, and obviously her and my granddad and nan, they were watching at home, and they were buzzing when obviously they see me coming on the TV.
Of course, it's not your first senior appearance. You played in the cup game against West Brom. So how much are you enjoying life for the first team at the moment?
No, obviously it's very good. Obviously this is where I want to be. This is what I want to play for. So just to be in and around of the first team players and training every day with them, obviously it's only benefiting me at obviously this age. So I'm buzzing to obviously be around and playing.
Working with the first team day in, day out on the training ground, I'm guessing that's helped your development as well?
Oh, definitely. People who have played over 100 career games for in the league as well, so being in and around them, it's obviously benefiting my game, and I'm doing everything I can day in, day out to obviously learn from them, obviously add things to my game as well.
Is there anyone in the first team in particular who's really helping you at the moment?
I'd probably say, similar to my position, probably say Oliver Norwood. Obviously he's played a load of games and obviously he's top quality player, so definitely someone who I look at in training and when I'm watching games.
And having people like Hecky and Jack, who you will know from the younger age groups of course, now working with them at first team level, that must be a great help as well. Yeah,
obviously I had that relationship with them when there was the 23s manager, and now with the first team it's very easy, and obviously they're very good for my development as well.
Just tell us about your journey so far to where you are now. Of course, you're a Sheffield lad and a Sheffield United fan.
Yeah, no, I'm a Sheffield United fan. Joined the clubs when I was about 6, just working my way through. And obviously I've had a season ticket since I was very young as well, to then obviously ball boying in front of the Cop, to then obviously now being in and around it. It's just every Sheffield United fan's dream, isn't it? So I'm loving it.
What are your early memories watching United as a fan, and do you have any particular heroes?
I'd probably say the 2 games we went to Wembley. Obviously, those 2 we didn't come out on the better side, but the FA Cup, and then when we also lost to Huddersfield on penalties, they were 2 memories that really did stick with me. But definitely heroes, I'd probably say someone like Billy Sharp, who obviously when I was ball playing and stuff like that, he was someone who was always scoring goals, and who don't look up to him really.
See, he doesn't remember Crystal Palace at the old Wembley Stadium. He doesn't remember Millennium Stadium losing to Wolves, eh? Only remembers the trips to Wembley in the semi-final of the Cup and the play. So much has gone before that he doesn't even know about. But what a nice young lad, speaks ever so well, Del. And I know you're a fully paid-up member of the fan club of Ollie Arblaster.
Yeah, I know Blaster since he was 11 years of age. He's a real humble kid, comes from a good family, a good grounding, but his potential, as I said, all fair and a bit. I know Ecky's put on record that Sheffield United fans are going to see a lot more of him in future years. He's got all the potential to go to the top, but like we were just saying off air, he's a Sheffield United fan, and a lot of these players he's playing with are his heroes day in, day out, but there's got to come a time when he's got to think, I'm going to go into that team and I'm going to get your jersey. So he's got all the potential in the world, and the rest is up to him.
You've both been in the position where you've been young lads coming through, but how easy is it to suddenly say, right, I want his jersey. He's more experienced than me. He's more established than me, but I'm coming for you.
It's not easy. You know, I did a similar thing at Barnsley. You know, I grew up watching Barnsley. I'd been connected to the club from being sort of 10, 11 years of age. So very, very similar to Blaster. So all of a sudden, when ours was reserve team football, but you come out of reserve team football, under 21s football, and all of a sudden you're in and around the first team, you are a little bit starry-eyed. But there does come a point where you've got to be ruthless, because in this football, in this industry, I always speak about it's like you're self-employed, because nobody else really gives a monkeys about you. You've got to look after you, and as much as you're in a team environment, everybody's after them 11 shirts on a Saturday afternoon. So, and he is, he's ruthless when he plays, in a good way. He's got a bite about him, but he's excellent in possession, sees passes. So I'm sure he knows where he wants to get to.
Well, one shirt that Arblaster will have his eyes on is that of Ollie Norwood, who yet again has been pivotal to United's success this season. But does he see United as the team to beat?
No, I mean, it's too early, isn't it? It's like you say, there's 8 games gone. It's a start, and it's only a start. There's a long way to go, a lot of football to be played, a lot of points to be played for, the old boring stuff, but we're comfortable where we are. We know people are going to look at us and, target us. Everybody's starting to speak about us as they were last season, but we'll deal with that pressure. We've dealt with it before, we'll deal with it again, and as I say, it's on to the next one. We're not really looking at the league table at the moment. We're just thinking, how many points can we pick up as quickly as possible, keep winning, and see where that takes us.
How much would you like another crack at the Premier League, though? Because there won't be many people that have been promoted to the Premier League 4 times.
Yeah, but that's a long way away yet, isn't it? Just got to concentrate on on this coming Saturday, and then we've got Tuesday and Saturday again. Then a bit of a break for us for a couple of weeks, and hopefully get some bodies back. But yeah, it's a long way away yet, a long way to go. But obviously, personally, obviously every single player wants to play in the Premier League, and if we can do that again this year, that'd be a great, an amazing achievement. But as I say, we're just concentrating on the here and now and not getting carried away or looking too far ahead.
And for the best viewing experience of tonight's game, you can get 4 camera coverage if you buy the match pass right now. Still available. Go to the website sufc.co.uk. Prediction time, Chris Morgan. You're on commentary duty, so we'll come to you first before you hot-foot it into a different chair. Yep. How do you see this one going?
Clean sheet for us, 1-0 away from home.
Can we have a scorer as well?
Ollie McBurnie against his old club.
OK, Chris, we'll let you go. We'll see you again at half-time.
Thank you.
How your prediction's going. Derek, you?
I'll go 2-0. I reckon we'll have to be patient for quite a bit of the game, because I think they'll, being the home team, they'll have a lot of possession of the football, but I think, like Morg says, we're solid at the back, got a really strong goalkeeper. I think second half, 2 goals from Illiman and Sandra Berg. OK, let's see. Well, Swansea, as we all know, are known for being a possession-based team, so what problems might that pose United tonight? Here's the manager of the month, Paul Heckingbottom.
No, I think the only thing we're uncertain about this week is you say that, but then the last game against QPR, 1 or 2 changes, 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, and the goal kicks were long, and so that was totally different. So that's probably thrown us a little bit in terms of which Swansea is it going to be, because they won 1-0 obviously, and there were lots of positives about how they played, but we'll prepare for. Yeah, we know how we're going to deal with it. We know what we want to do, and I think regardless of if they're a back 4 or back 3. They've got good footballers in the team, and they'd be foolish not to try and play through the good footballers and pass the ball. I think the strength of theirs is the bravery that the players show on the ball, and yeah, so I don't think they'll come away from what they want to be. The shape may be slightly different, 1 or 2 instructions may be slightly different. Yeah, but I think that's the only thing that's thrown us a little bit.
Russell's been there a year now. He's learning, he's adapting, he's adding different things to his game and thinking about different ways to win football matches.
Potentially, but I don't know. It's 1 game. And the setup of the game, yeah, the big thing was the goal kicks were totally different, that type of thing. They've put the ball in the box a lot more this season than last in terms of the number of crosses. If you're a team chasing a game, you tend to take more risks on the ball, drive with the ball, your possession tends to go up. Regardless, it just does. Not all the time, it does. So to score early generally means your possession would suffer. So I think that's obviously something as well. But there's certainly a couple of things in that game, not in many others, but in that game which were distinctly different.
Match pass available, as I mentioned, a tenner, gets you 4 camera coverage and replays as well. You won't get that anywhere else. sufc.co.uk. Swansea against the Blades on the way in just a few moments, but Derek Geary is here with me. What are the keys to success tonight, do you think?
I think being solid, as I said, don't get impatient with them having a lot of the possession. Make sure the press is right when the team do go. Illiman, obviously, and Ollie McBurnie at the front, that they don't pop through us and we don't leave gaps behind where they can exploit that, obviously, with the technical players that they've got. So I think it's about being patient, and then when we do go, we are aggressive. When we have the ball, we create and score chances.
Would you like to see a fast and aggressive start? The worry might be that if Swansea get into their rhythm and start dictating the ball, it could be a long night. Yeah,
I think knowing Eki, I'm pretty sure that the team might be a bit cautious at the start. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they score an early goal in the front foot, but I think they'll just ease their way into the game. Hopefully frustrate Swansea and create little chances for them, and hopefully their crowd start getting a bit anxious, and then we can start taking advantage of it.
They'll be relishing this though, won't they? I mean, they've got a win against Queen's Park Rangers last time out, ended a 4-match winless run, so their confidence will be up a little bit, and they'll fancy taking on the leaders. Yeah,
I think so. They've had 4 points from the last 6 games, so I think they've had a bit of momentum after probably the best start that they would have liked, but I think it's a great game for them tonight, but I think it's an even better game for us. I think with the momentum that we've got, I think they'd be more fearful of us than what we are of them.
Well, the boys are coming out, so it's high time we threw you over to our commentary team tonight. The match pass still available. Get that if you can. Let's hand you over to Chris Morgan, and trying to get a word in edgeways, it'll be Matt Young.
Thanks, Paul. United eradicated their away day blues last time out as Paul Heckingbottom's side defeated Hull City. Now they are seeking back-to-back away successes against Russell Martin's Swansea. Following the short break, the Blades have recharged ahead of this long midweek pilgrimage as Heckingbottom attempts to guide his side to a first ever win at this stadium. Swansea, they've showed signs of improvement recently, so a tough game awaits as the Blades look to maintain their very early lead at the summit of the Sky Bet Championship. Chris Morgan alongside me for this one, and Swansea winning at home for the first time this season, last time out against QPR. This then could well be a tough assignment for Paul Heckingbottom's Blades.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think Swansea, renowned over the past few years, have been a possession-based team. So, I think Dell's touched on it earlier on in terms of us going away from home. We don't have to chase the game. If they've got position in certain areas, sometimes as the away team, you can let them have the ball. But certainly, I think with the way we've been playing, we've looked to dominate teams and get on top of them. I think that's our strength. I think Russell Martin in his pre-match comments has said about our physicality, and so for me, I think if I'm Eki, that's music to my ears. If a manager's talking about your physicality and your press and your ability to